Hello, this is William McKnight, Senior Vice President of Information Management at Conversion Services International. I'm here today with the BI Network to answer another Ask the Expert question. Today's question is, when consolidating or merging systems, how much information needs to be integrated on day one? Are there some rules of thumb to follow? Well, I've been involved in a lot of so-called data mart consolidation projects, and they're named data mart consolidation, although they clearly may involve what you're calling data warehouses. So you're consolidating these systems, and I think that it's important to know that these do not have to be done in one fell swoop, these consolidation projects. Consolidate as much as, and there's two rules of thumb. One, as you promise to the end users that you will. And so that starts with setting the expectations appropriately. And that may mean drawing up a plan over the course of time to eventually get to the architectural state that you want. Maybe that's one data warehouse, just to use data warehousing as an example. Maybe it's multiple data warehouses, but either way it's different from where you are today. So go into this with a sound plan, a sound architecture, a sound future state, and plan it out and meter it out along the way. But secondly, I think it's important, as a rule of thumb, to deliver as much in one fell swoop as is needed to do a business application, so that you actually enable a business unit to actually do something of value to them as a business, as part of the consolidation. So therein lies kind of the parameters with which you actually do these consolidation projects. As little as you can to actually produce a deliverable, but that little has to produce something in terms of business value. Now, I have a white paper on data mart consolidation, and it's available here at the BI Network. And at the end of that, I go through several keys to data mart consolidation success. Now, I'm going to run through some of them because I think it's really applicable to this question. One is to get top-down support. Get top-down support for what it is that you're doing. It shouldn't just be a technical exercise. Number two, fix a problem. Fix a business problem with everything that you do. It's not really good enough unless the business perceives it to be a problem and not just some infrastructure issue to do consolidation on the back end. You must fix a problem along the way and give them something for their vested interest in the consolidation project. Number three, have data standards and a sound data model. And that leads into something I'll get into in a few moments here. But number four, pick the right tools and platform for this. You're now blowing up the data, so you're going to need something that's going to hold potentially a lot more data, a lot more users, a lot more complexity of usage than before. And finally, and this is kind of what I got into a little bit before, set the expectations and communicate with the users about what's going on. You're not just going to be able to switch this in the back end and make it completely invisible to the end users. The end users need to be part of the extended team, really, of doing this consolidation. They need to know what's going on, and furthermore, then they won't be surprised when there are glitches and so forth along the way. And don't just rehost. Take this opportunity to actually re-architect. You'll usually find it's a great time to do some of that finer re-architecture that you actually have been wanting to do for quite some time. This is a good time to do that. Starve the pre-consolidated structures, whatever they may be, because the question wasn't strictly about data marts and data warehouses, but starve the ones that aren't going to be part of the ultimate solution. Starve them of attention and resources, and negotiate the condition with the users for signing off of the sunsetting of those systems that aren't going to be part of the ultimate solution. Justify your consolidation project on cost savings, business benefits, or both. But justify it and know why you're doing it. Surely you're going to get benefits across the spectrum of cost savings and business benefits, but what is it that you're hanging your hat on here? The TCO of the operation? Or is the fact that now once you consolidate, you're going to be able to give the business much more functionality. And with that functionality, they're going to enable business success. So which is it? Expect and plan for cultural resistance. This is in line with getting buy-in from the business as to what it is that you're doing. And finally, it's a good time to consolidate not just the model, not just the architecture, but maybe some of the tools that you're using. I say here ETL and data access tools because it's about data mart consolidation. But whatever it is you're consolidating, really take the time to think outside the box and think about some of the other things that you might want to accomplish during the course of this re-architecture. Because remember, at the end of it all, your users are going to be jumping onto a new platform, and it's an okay time right then to give them some new functionality or new ways of doing things, obviously with their buy-in.